Hi everyone! This is my first ever art and writing vlog video about my ongoing indie project. I'm not sure if it's gonna be an animation, but I'm planning to make this at least an animatic or some sort of ARG video. I want to make this project a bit more simple, although I am a big fan of heavy lore and heavy world building. I do have a lot of things to share today, such as new concept art, new ideas, and everything that you need to know about this indie project. I will record my journey on making this project successful, even though I don't want to focus too much on the production for now, just getting the concept and story across. You might ask, what is this project about? The project is about a space opera story inspired by Knights of Guinevere, Helldivers, Star Wars, and a bit of Warhammer 40k. I do have a list of inspirations that come to mind, and I love to study a bunch of source materials about space, such as space documentaries and other space opera shows like Star Trek and so on. Alright, let's go to my jumbled ideas. The story is based on the lies and fantasy of this Dream King. This Dream King overthrew the previous king of Shinra. Shinra is a new Earth planet which was inhabitable at first, but when the Gaians started running it, they found ways on how they made it habitable and thrivable. Here comes an interesting part which I took inspiration from SpaceX and NASA projects. The Great Galactic Migration occurred in the year 2025, which is the space project proposed by the Dream King. Before he became the Dream King, he is the first most popular galactic scientist of Gaia. Of course, this king is known to be the inventor, the man of dreams. These ideas is inspired by the song Brighter from Husband Hotel Season 2. However, the Dream King is a fallen angel in a disguise of an antro. What are antros? Well, antros are created from the spread of chemicals as an event after World War II. They were once human, but they develop animalistic features as time goes on. Shinra is an extraterrestrial planet that was once inhabited by Shinroids. Everything went south after the Gaians arrived. Their resources were stolen, which created competition between Shinras and Gaians. Priests from Gaia destroyed Shinroid temples so that they can get their hands on their precious items and needs rather than religious traits. The Queen of Shinra sees this as a problem and decides to declare war against Gaia, which only lasted for 5 years. Due to so many military forces from different countries of Gaia, this makes them overthrow the Queen during those 5 years. This became a problem to other planets since this project is a result of the conquest to recreate the new galaxy. However, some planets resolve their issues through surrender or are able to deal with Gaia. This enrages Emperor Crimson, worshipper of the blood planet known as Ares, the most violent planet that exists which thrives on a neighbor galaxy. The goal of the Emperor Crimson is to conquer all planets and spread the cycle of violence. Now, our main character is a girl named Stella, who is the daughter of the Dream King. The Dream King brainwashed the Queen of Shinra and convinced to marry her until they have an heir. If she didn't do it, she wouldn't survive. Stella is expected to follow her father's footsteps and sees his actions as good. She doesn't know that she is an Nephilim, but to hide the truth that she is one, her father tells her that she is gifted. She has a complicated relationship with her mother, the same Queen of Shinra. Stella is 18 years old and out of school. Suddenly, the planet of Shinra and other human planets like Gaia panic. All of their systems and technological advancements are hijacked by none other than Emperor Crimson's rat named I pronounce it Rene Pavlov. Stella saw this, including Rene in the flesh. She tried stopping him, but he escaped through a portal. Rene killed her mother. Stella still cares for her mother, and her whole life is in shambles. She must do something to protect her people. Her father gave her a quest to defeat all of those who are against the human planets and eliminate the Emperor Crimson and his rat Rene. Whoa, that is a lot of jumbled ideas. What I can say is that I need to flesh out these ideas from my head more while I study more about space. I feel like those ideas are huge and it serves a lot of foundation for my project. I showed these ideas to my friend about it and he was asking me about the title for that project, so I named it Stellar's Conquest. By the way, I'm planning to I am planning for Shira planet to be a hybrid of a terrestrial planet and a gas giant. If you don't know have any clue what I'm yapping about, basically terrestrial planets have land formations, while gas giants are basically planets that are just filled with various types of gas, which are very airy once you get in there. That is how I understand the two main types, but I feel free to explain more about the two main types of planets in the comments. I'm very willing to learn from you guys, most especially if some of you are much more smarter than me. What else is there to talk about? Oh yeah, I want to share how I came up with this concept quickly. I made a space opera story back in junior high school in the Philippines and I started to share it with my classmates. Fun times! I used to have a large folder and notebook where I used to keep all of my stories in it, printed and handwritten. Then I decided to scrap it because it was full of ideas and I barely got started with the story. The same goes with my other concepts where I used to have a story about an elevator that goes to hell and another concept about the four sisters against the four horsemen. However, however, I have a plan to recycle these concepts and revive them in this new story. Concept and ideas aside, let's talk about my inspirations for this project and why I decided to come up with this project so far. When I was studying for astronomy as one of our classes in college, we started to think of space. Looking back, I grew up mostly having nerdy interests outside the internet, such as mostly reading books about science. My second exposure to science is Star Wars. Unfortunately, I didn't grow up Star Trek because that's the only movie that is available and my mom loves it. Additionally, I used to struggle a lot in studying astronomy. We actually have two classes. The first class is much more advanced than the current second one I mean that I am currently taking, which in the first class unfortunately I got a D. Yeah, I wasn't able to ace it, but luckily I managed to keep up with my grades in my current second class in astronomy. Astronomy is a difficult subject to learn if you're not a science person, I say. Astronomy is my favorite science class next to biology, physics, chemistry, and chemistry being my least favorite. If you are a space nerd, shut up and take my contact in the description and let's be friends. So, what are my plans for this project? I'm planning not to be very accurate because let's be honest, the space is super wide and complex in measurements. But I want to apply what I've learned so far from astronomy in general. At the same time, I want my story to be a bit educational while still fictional. Before I forget, here is today's fan art of the day made by my friend Toby. In case you want to post fan art of my astronaut persona and OCs, feel free to drop them in the community post and tag me in. Make sure you are comfortable with me posting it on my next video before thinking of submitting it. Also, I do have socials, so make sure to follow them in the description below. Since Discord sucks right now, feel free to join our server on Fluxer. Link in the description below. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Thank you for watching.